live from Canada. Cena comes out to start the show and bores the entire audience at home and in the arena. He talks about how Ryback challenged him for the ambulance match at Payback. Then decides he wants to up the ante by challenging him to a match that's only been done 4 times in the past in the WWE history. That is 3 stages of hell. That's right. Just when we thought it couldn't get worse, seeing Cena and Ryback in one match, they're gonna have 3. They're gonna have at least 2, and maybe 3. The first match, Cena says, will be a lumberjack match with wrestlers around the ring. The second match will be a tables match, and if it needs to be a third match, it will be an ambulance match. Ryback comes out to accept the challenge, saying that it will be hell at Payback because Cena is looking at Satan, Luther, and Beelzebub in Ryback. Ryback leaves, and then the segment is saved by the emergence of the greatest manager currently in pro wrestling. That is Paul Heyman and his newest client, Curtis Axel. They challenge Cena to go one-on-one with Mr. Axel tonight. He eventually accepts the match, which will probably be one of the main events somewhere in the night. Also, they announced Jericho will host the highlight reel with his special guest, Mr. Paul Heyman. And coming up next, we got Alberto Del Rio one-on-one, trying to avenge his loss last week. One-on-one against Big E. Links should be good. Always good to have AJ at ringside. And Del Rio, and I enjoy Del Rio's work also. Big E and Alberto Del Rio go back and forth until Del Rio looks like he's about to clock in the cross arm breaker, but AJ distracts the referee by pulling the turnbuckle pad off one of the corners. Big E tries to power his way out of it by standing up and lifting Del Rio off the mat with one arm. Del Rio releases the hold and pushes Big E back, making contact with the exposed turnbuckle, knocking him backwards and allowing Del Rio to roll him up for the quick 1-2-3. After the match, AJ gets in the ring and looks to be a little peeved that Big E didn't take advantage of the exposed turnbuckle the way she wanted him to. She continues to yell at him all the way up the ramp until she walks backstage and Big E stands there looking upset. We then go to a graphic showing that Team Hell No, Daniel Bryan and Kane will have a tag team title rematch tonight with the Shield, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. And on top of that, the third Shield member, Dean Ambrose, will defend his U.S. title in a rematch against Kofi Kingston. So those 2 matches should be good. And plus, we still have Paul Heyman in the highlight reel sometime during the show. So it looks like a good show so far, except for the first 15 minutes with Cena and Ryback. I'll move past that. Can't wait to see what's coming up next. We go back to the locker room where Daniel Bryan is pacing back and forth as Kane stands there looking annoyed by the presence of Daniel Bryan walking back and forth. Kane screams at him to stop and tries to explain to him again that he doesn't believe Daniel Bryan's the weak link of the team. They start going back and forth, Daniel Bryan saying yes he is, and Kane saying no he's not. They start going back and forth with that yes no thing. Bret Hart comes in the room and they stop. Daniel Bryan then asks Bret Hart if he was ever thought of as the weak link in the Hart Foundation, and Bret says that as long as they work together and stay as a unit, they can be unbeatable. And he says that Daniel Bryan It's one of the best wrestlers he's seen in a long time. And he's most definitely not a weak link in the team. Daniel Bryan accepts that. And so as Brett leaves, Kane asks how he can just accept that from Bret Hart, but when Kane says it, Bryan doesn't believe him. And Daniel Bryan's like, because he's Bret Hart. And you're just Kane. And I'm like, that was kind of funny, but seriously, in my personal humble opinion, I know a lot of people won't like this, but in my personal humble opinion of watching wrestling for 20 some odd years now, he may have been a great technical guy and a great wrestler technically in the ring, but Bret Hart never really appealed to me that much. So I find it kind of hard to believe sometimes when people say he's the best there is, was, and ever will be. And I also kind of find it hard to believe that they're actually doing another Bret Hart appreciation night that's only seen by Americans on the app. That's what's happening. And right now, we have Dean Ambrose defending the U.S. title against the former champion Kofi Kingston. I almost forgot that this match happened on SmackDown, or was supposed to happen on SmackDown, but got thrown out until they said something on tonight's show just now. But it looks like it could be another good one. The Shield or not at ringside this time, so it should be a good match. Let's see how it goes. We're in the middle of we are just at the beginning of the Kofi Kingston Dean Ambrose U.S. title rematch. Kofi looks like he's trying to hit all his big moves. In the very first couple minutes, he actually went for the Trouble in Paradise. Ambrose ducked and rolled out of the ring. Kofi faked his dive through the ropes, and Ambrose backed up a couple steps in case he did it, and which would make Kofi land on his head. But it's kind of annoying to me that every time a heel does something like this, you hear guys like Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler make it sound like he's a coward. I know they're doing a job, but they make it sound like he's being a coward when he's really just trying to be a smart champion, a smart wrestler. That's why I like listening to JBL more, because he pretty much doesn't just say the typical heel comments all the time. He basically tells the truth, in my opinion. If you listen to him now during this match, they said Dean Ambrose was being, they didn't really say the words, but they made it sound like Dean Ambrose was trying to be a coward or something, rolling out of the ring. And JBL told him it was him being a smart champion, which I totally agree with. That's just one of the things that gets on my nerves about the commentary at WWE. You always, no matter what happens, most of the time the commentators just beat you over the head with the fact that the bad guys are supposed to be cowards and only real tough guys, guys that are supposed to be faces. But let's see how the rest of this match goes. I'm hoping, and I'm kind of predicting that Dean Ambrose will win this match without the interference of the Shield, because they are not even at ringside. They went back up the ramp. They went back up the stands, they got halfway down the stands, and Rollins and Reigns walked back up, and Ambrose went to the ring. So there's no Rollins and Reigns. It's 1-on-1, and I'm thinking Ambrose will win. Dean Ambrose and Kofi Kingston have a pretty good back and forth match. which is kind of taken away from with all the WWE app talk and the continuous showing of app happenings, but including the replay of what happened during the commercial breaks and the fact that Randy Orton and Sheamus were watching the match backstage. They were pretty good back and forth. Kofi looks like he's gonna win a few times since the SOS, but Dean Ambrose continues to kick out. We go to the outside where Dean Ambrose is on the floor and Kofi's on the apron trying to reach down to pull Ambrose into the ring. Ambrose grabs Kofi's foot, pulls it out from under him, making him fall face first on the stairs. Ambrose then throws him back into the ring, hits his finisher, which still doesn't have a name, picks up the 1, 2, 3, and still your United States champion, the leader of the Shield, Dean Ambrose. Wallace and Reigns come out to celebrate, but get interrupted by the pyro of Kane, which brings out Team Hell No to start a wall with the Shield. Daniel Bryan tosses Dean Ambrose over the top rope. The Wallace and Reigns go outside, and they announce that coming up after this commercial break, we will have the tag team title match, Team Hell No versus the Shield. Daniel Bryan looks like he's in control of the match with Seth Rollins in the ring with him. Kane and Reigns on the outside, both waiting for a tag. Daniel Bryan just had a big back suplex off the quarter. Daniel Bryan and Seth Rollins are both pretty much out of it. It looked like Daniel Bryan was going for a pin when they went on commercial, but I'm not sure. The Shield, I believe, is going to win this match. I believe in the Shield, and I know a lot of people keep saying they don't want to see another member of the Shield. They like it the way it is with the 3 guys, but I think they should at least bring in like one more guy from NXT, just so either that guy or Ambrose can go after the WWE title while the others hold the US and tag titles, just so the Shield can have all 4 belts, which would be pretty cool in my opinion. Well, hell, even bring in Paige, make her the first female member of the Shield. Let her get the Divas title. I don't know. It sounds like a good plan to me, but let me know what you think. The Shield once again dominates the tag team division as they always do. It looked like Kane and Daniel Bryan were on the verge of winning the tag titles back, but as Kane hit the big boot on Rollins and looked like he was about to hit the choke slam, but Daniel Bryan, this was right after Daniel Bryan had tagged Kane in, and Bryan tried to prove that he's not the weak link. Wouldn't get back in his corner and continued to attack while Roman Reigns on the outside. Kane got distracted, tried to tell Bryan to get back in his corner before they get disqualified. This led to Daniel Bryan trying to do his flying knee off the apron to Reigns, but instead Reigns catches him in midair and spills him to the ground. This distracts Kane long enough for Rollins to roll outside on the apron, stand up and get his springboard knee from the apron to the ring, catching Kane in the head, knocking him out, and allowing the Shield to retain the tag titles. After the match is over, we see Dean Ambrose come out to celebrate